Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, and this is a Bachelor Nation news story. We actually have Tyler Cameron on his podcast describing the situation that led to him getting ditched for a more successful, more famous, and more wealthy man. I believe I'm blocked from the Instagram of the lady who's done the ditching here. Hey, we're just reporting on the news. No hate, folks. No hate. I am recording this from Nashville, Tennessee. Just got to my studio apartment here. That's right. I got a new little place here. We're actually at the hotel, but we got a nice little setup there. So this is where we're at. So if the audio is not perfect, I do apologize. It's a little echoey in here. Maybe I'll put some bed sheets out and we can do some sound treatment. But in the meantime, this is what you're going to get. I hope you're having a great day. It is a holiday, so we're a little short on the content. Like I said, I had kind of all-nighter getting over here. I've got a show tonight at Zany's if you want to come in. You're in the Nashville area, 7 p.m., Zany's, Nashville. It'll be new material night, so you'll see a bunch of comedians trying new jokes, and I've got a couple good ones for you. Maybe if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll tell you the joke that I'll be trying tonight. And so we're going to get into this right now. Tyler, on his podcast, described the heartbreak that he had. We're going to get into that, but first he was on Out of the Pause, a Love is Blind themed podcast, talking about what could have happened with Hannah Brown. Have a listen.
If Hannah B chose you as her fiance, do you think you would have ended up married to her?
You know, I think looking back at it, I think we would have a good shot at getting married. There's been a lot of things that happened since it didn't work out that made us kind of go our separate ways, and for better and for worse. I really think that we're both fighters and we would have found ways to make it work and fought for our relationship.
So there it is. Tyler Cameron discussing that he might have had a chance with Hannah Brown. What do you guys think? Hey, I just heard Hannah Brown lives in Nashville now. Would you like to see her on Driving with Dave? I got a rental car here, folks. I'll be here for the next 3 days. Do me a solid. If you want to see her on Driving with Dave, send her a message on her Instagram or in one of the comments of her latest photos and say, hey, Dave's in Nashville. You should do Driving with Dave. And maybe we'll get that. Hey, maybe it'll happen. Who knows? All right. So then Tyler posted this Instagram reel or TikTok reel, but I went and did some digging to find the actual source of this video, so we're going to listen to a little bit more of an extended version. This is Tyler Cameron's YouTube channel, and he's got such potential here. I'm not criticizing the audio because I'm trying to be a hater, but it's bad. And it just goes to show it's really hard when you're doing like Zoom style interviews to capture good audio things. Hey, Tyler, free of charge, send me a DM and I'll tell you what you can do to fix your audio. It's crucial you get better audio than this. But either way, here's Bella and Danny Thorne. Of course, Tyler's, he's a celebrity. He dated Gigi Hadid. He dated some other famous people here. But here's where he describes how he was pretty much passed up after he professed his love, and he was passed up for a rich, successful, more famous person.
Tyler, what was yours?
For me, I guess. What was that?
Oh yeah, I was just saying, Tyler, what was yours?
Who? Huh?
For me, I would say something like it was coming out of breakups. You know, I came out of a really bad breakup, and my confidence and my moral compass was turned a completely different direction.
So we think, who did he break up with? Could it have been Gigi Hadid? Maybe. They didn't really date too long. Was it Paige Lorenz? Or was it Kendra? What's her name? Camilla Kendra. Which is who I had here in the main photo here, who he dated, and she left him for Lewis Hamilton, who's a 100 millionaire, one of the most famous race car drivers of all time. So here's where they broke up. Bachelorette recap, a guy's review. Talk about this real quick. So Camilla Kendra not only broke up with Tyler Cameron, but she also blocked him. And I know this because I might be blocked too, like I said. But hey, that's okay. Nothing personal here. So she was kind of accused of being a clout chaser because, of course, Lewis Hamilton is a much more famous person, and she was with Tyler, and everyone's like, how did she just go from one to the other so quickly? But of course, there's always more to the story, but she hasn't spoken about this as far as I know. Let's hear what Tyler has to say. This is almost 2 years later, and this is the first time Tyler's talking about this.
Because I was basically left for somebody else, and that somebody else really was just someone with a bigger name, more money and whatnot. But I knew that, and so that right then and there had me thinking, oh, I have to go get more money, I have to go get a better job, I have to go do this, I have to go do that. And then it took me a long time to realize I don't have to be anything else. I just have to be me. and I have to find someone that wants me for me, you know. And I think being new to this industry, and I've been, you know, in this world since 2019, and since then it's just been such an evolution and growth and learning about myself, about accepting myself and accepting myself in this space. Because a whole lot of times I'm like, damn, I'm this small little kid from Jupiter, Florida, from a little boat town, that all I really got popular for was talking to a girl, you know? And how the hell am I supposed to figure out how to act
And Tyler, your abs. Don't forget your abdominal muscles.
do and be in this space? So with all these talented, incredible people who build it on their own, which I was just kind of given this, you know, opportunity on a platter because I could, like I said, talk to a girl. So it was like believing that I belong here.
It almost feels like he's talking about having imposter syndrome. And we talk a lot about this. You know, I come from, you know, the hard knocks life of spending 10 plus years, 15 plus years doing acting, improv, stand-up comedy. So when I think of imposter syndrome, I think, actually, no, I feel like I deserve it. I feel like I've got about damn time syndrome. But with someone like Tyler, and I think a lot of people feel the way I do, but there's, you know, different feelings. I think with someone like Tyler, and I say that in jest, by the way, but with Tyler, yeah, he did get famous right away, and he might have wondered, do I deserve this? I'm not somebody who got famous because I'm good at singing songs or writing music or, you know, power recapping or whatever. So yeah, there can always be that feeling. And then he gets left for Lewis Hamilton, like I said, $100+ million athlete, the world famous. So as big and as famous as Tyler is, there's always somebody bigger and more famous. And if that's what your relationship was built upon, that foundation cannot be sustainable. And of course he realized that, and then he realized he is enough. And I have that mantra I like to share all the time. I am enough. I have enough. I want to share it. And you have to believe that, or else you'll always be looking in other people's lanes. To compare is despair.
And that I just need to be myself and not worry about what I make, what other people are doing and whatnot. That was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. And also like learning how to protect your energy now that you are in like this pond with all these people from all over the place, kind of, you know, some of them with ulterior motives and stuff, you know, like that's a whole new learning lesson in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So there he is, and he doesn't really go into any more depth about that relationship, but it was fascinating. She blocked him, and you go, yeah, well, everyone's, everyone, no one's entitled to a relationship. People can break up. Camilla broke off her relationship with Tyler Cameron. It was time for her to refocus, and it was very strange. I mean, I followed this story for a little bit. Again, let me know. Maybe she's off Instagram, but I think either that or she blocked me. But here's where the relationship was. We're talking weeks, if not days, before they broke up. He professed his love for her, which again doesn't mean it's reciprocated, but they seemed like a happy couple.
It's just my girlfriend. So, you know,
Is that how you met?
That's how I slid in her DMs.
Really? And that's how you met?
That's how we met. And then
So there's
she asked me
Tyler
if I was from LA. I was like,
saying he slid into her DMs.
Val or Talia, do you have any questions for Tyler?
away, we met, and that's how it happened.
Wow.
Wow, I gotta use my Instagram better.
You gotta get down there. You gotta start.
And then he goes into it. I can't play the clip because it's copywritten, but he goes into it and says, I'm in love with her, this and that.
Show off the hands a little.
So there's Camilla Kendra. And hey, look, I'm not bashing her. Who knows what happened? Maybe Tyler was, very toxic in his relationship and she got over him. But she then was dating Lewis Hamilton, and that relationship faded very quickly as well. So, look, hey, they're all at that age where they're a bunch of pretty people trying to, jockey for their position in life. And you might get heartbroken. And for all we know, Camilla Kendra might have realized that Lewis Hamilton was going to pass her up for the nice, bright, shiny toy that goes by. When it comes to appearances, if that's all we're worried about, we quickly become replaceable because it's kind of like a thirst you can't quench, right? It's like a sugar addiction. It's like, yeah, you're a Snickers, but that's a Reese's. What do we want today? You want peanut butter? You want nougaty chocolate? Whatever. You can tell I haven't had chocolate for a while, so I'm romanticizing it. But either way, that's where we are with this. I'm going to have some bonus content for you today on the podcast Bachelor Rush Hour. Even though it's a holiday, I am coming to you with some content. So do me a favor, if you enjoy what I do, and if you want to help support independent creators, I don't have the verification from going on The Bachelor. We are blue collar over here. You can come join the Patreon if you want. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll actually show you right here on my Patreon. I uploaded a new video yesterday that was a behind the scenes of driving with Dave. So it was actually, what I did was I recorded a 50-minute conversation, and then afterwards I added this extra content right here.
His talk is not going to make a difference, but it's going to get us.
And then after Jess left, I actually went by myself and just talked about how I felt after the episode. Driving with Dave is becoming something that really has been, you know, a different creative outlet for me. I'm not saying I don't like this type of content that I'm making with you. It has its own joys. I get to do it, you know, on my own time, and I get to riff about weird topics, and I can be super flexible. But driving with Dave, it really does fulfill a deeper desire to connect with people. You might forget this, but in today's world, how often do you have like a deep conversation? So a nice hour-long conversation with somebody, I really enjoy it. I think the audience does because the reviews have been fantastic. Let me know what you guys think and who you would like to see next. Again, if you want to see Hannah Brown, tag her, or if there's anyone else in Nashville you want to see me do a Driving with Dave with them, just send them a message and request it while I'm in Nashville. Caitlin Bristow, Jason Tartik, whoever else is in town. I got to find out who lives here. And I'll be at Zany's tonight. So if you want to come tonight, I'll be at Zany's, and that'll do it for me. We'll be back tomorrow with a full schedule. But I wanted to get you guys some content today. Have a happy Memorial Day, and definitely remember what this day is about, and you know, giving some grace and love and respect to those that gave their life fighting for our freedoms. So yeah, cheers to them and their families, and we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye, everybody.